Problem 11 and 12 are absolute max and min. That has nothing to do with relative max and min. We don't make sign charts for it. We just do the procedure of finding our critical numbers and then figuring out between our critical numbers and our endpoints which one is the highest point, that's our max, lowest point, that's our min. So the first step that we're going to have to do is to find the derivative and find our critical numbers. So I take the derivative, I set it equal to 0, and I solve. So I get minus 1/3. Now, after you found your critical numbers, you look and see, is it in your interval? This one is, because my interval is -1 to 0. So I need to find f of minus 1/3, f of 0, and f of -1. And remember, I'm plugging back into the original function. So for 0, if I plug in, I just get 1. For -1, I have 2. And then for -1/3, I have to do fractions. But thankfully, it's not a hard fraction. So 1/3 plus -2/3 plus 1. And we end up with 2/3. Here's our max value. Here's my min value. And then if the problem wanted max point, it would be -1, 2. Min point would be -1/3, 2/3. You just have to pay attention to what they're wanting. Max value or max point. The value is just the y coordinate, the point's the x and the y. Alright, on 12, again, here's my original function. First thing I do is find the derivative, set it equal to 0, and solve. So I have x equals 0, and then x equals plus or minus the square root of 2. Now, my interval here is -1 to 1. I know I'm going to have to plug in the 1 and the -1, but the critical points, I only plug the ones that are actually in my interval. So square root of 2 is bigger than 1, and negative square root of 2 is less than -1. So those are not in there, so I'm not going to use those. So I just plug in my 0. So I got 0 on this one, -3, and -3. Again, I'm plugging into the original equation. -3 is my min value, 0 is my max value, min points, 1, -3, -1, -3, max point, 0, 0. This is from 4.4. This has nothing to do with sign chart.